There are Audis on dealer lots right now that will never reach you as new cars. And what happens to them could save you thousands. I'm Marcus, 22 years as an independent Audi specialist. In that time, I've bought cars at dealer auctions, worked alongside franchise staff, and seen exactly how the system operates behind the public-facing lot. Today, I'm walking you through what actually happens to the Audis nobody buys. Floor plan pressure. The 3 stages a slow-selling Audi travels. What C-P-O actually certifies, and how to use all of it to negotiate with real leverage. Subscribe. Mechanic-level Audi knowledge every week. The clock is running the moment a car arrives. Most buyers walk into a dealership and assume the cars on the lot are there because the dealer wants them there. But every single vehicle on that lot is actively costing the dealer money every day it stays unsold. And that pressure shapes every conversation you have at the sales desk. Dealers do not own their inventory outright. They finance it through what's called a floor plan, a short-term credit line from a bank or specialist lender that funds each vehicle acquisition. The dealer borrows the money to stock the car and pays daily interest on that loan until the car sells. The moment the car is sold, the loan is repaid and the dealer takes the margin. The longer that car sits, the more of that margin evaporates in carrying costs. A customer I see regularly manages used inventory for a regional dealer group. He told me the same thing every industry source confirms. The internal target at many franchise dealerships is to turn new inventory within 90 days of arrival. 90 days is the point where floor plan interest, depreciation, and opportunity cost start genuinely eating into profitability. Some dealers have internal policies where anything past 60 days triggers a manager review and a price intervention. For you, as a buyer, this means the moment you are negotiating on a car that has been on the lot past that window, you are talking to someone whose cost basis on that vehicle is rising daily. They are motivated in a way that is invisible to you unless you know to look for it. Checking how long a specific car has been listed through sites like AutoTrader, Car Gurus, or simply asking the salesperson directly gives you real negotiating leverage. A car that arrived at the dealership 4 months ago is a car the dealer cannot afford to keep. Industry benchmarks from Kelley Blue Book describe a traditional target of around 75 days of supply, 60 units on the lot, and 15 in transit or on order. When supply builds above that, dealers get nervous. When individual cars within that supply age past 90 days, those cars become a financial problem. The 3 stages of an unsold Audi. When an Audi does not sell through normal retail channels, it does not simply disappear. It travels through a 3-stage sequence that most buyers never see, and that shapes the condition and history of every used Audi currently on the market, including the one you may be looking at right now. Stage 1 is the loaner and demo fleet. Dealerships maintain a small pool of vehicles for 2 purposes: service loaners, which go to customers whose cars are in for repair, and demos, which are driven by sales and management staff or used for extended customer test drives. These vehicles are often pulled from slower-moving inventory. They remain in the dealer's name and are still listed as dealer stock, but they accumulate mileage. When the dealership is ready to clear them, they come back to the lot as pre-owned vehicles, usually priced like lightly used cars, despite often having anywhere from 5,000 to 15,000 miles on the odometer already. The detail work, fresh tires, dealer detail, a software update, makes them present well. But the visible rotor wear from repeated heat cycles, the tired brake pads, and the minor scuffs on door sills from dozens of temporary owners tell a different story if you know where to look. A customer came to me before buying a 2021 A4 last year. It had been a service loaner at the selling dealer for 8 months before being relisted. She had no idea until I pulled the history report and pointed out the usage pattern. She used it to negotiate the price down by just over $2,000. She also walked in knowing exactly what she was buying, which matters as much as the number. Stage 2 is deep discount retail. Before a dealer commits to sending a car to auction, which typically means accepting a loss, they will try one more push through their own lot. This is where you see aggressive incentive programs, manufacturer rebate stacking, dealer cash back, and financing promotions appear on vehicles that had none of that a month earlier. The goal is simple: move the car before they have to wholesale it. Industry estimates suggest roughly 15% of dealer inventory in the United States ends up at auction annually. The other 85% gets absorbed through discounts, lease programs, or certification into the pre-owned line. That 15% that goes to auction represents cars the dealer could not move at any retail price that made sense. Stage 3 is the dealer-only auction. This is the part buyers never see. When a dealer decides the floor plan cost of keeping a car has exceeded the return of waiting for a retail buyer, the car goes to a wholesale auction. The largest of these is Mannheim, operated by Cox Automotive. These are not public auctions. Standard members of the public cannot register, attend, or bid. Only licensed dealers and their authorized representatives can participate. The car often accepts a loss at auction, but that loss is considered better than the continued daily carrying cost of keeping the car on the lot. From there, the car typically ends up at another dealer's lot, often in a different region, or it enters the independent used car market. The Audi you are looking at on a small independent lot for $3,000 to $4,000 below the franchise dealer price may have taken exactly that path. There is an important nuance here. Just because a car went through the auction system does not mean it has something wrong with it. Many auction cars are perfectly sound vehicles that simply did not match the local market, had an unpopular color combination, or arrived at the wrong time. A bright green A5 might sit for months in one market and move in a week somewhere else. What the auction path does mean is that the car has a more complex history, and the car's full story needs to be traced carefully. What the Audi C-P-O program actually certifies. Before we talk about how to use all of this as a buyer, it's worth being precise about what the Audi Certified Pre-Owned program actually covers, because the program is genuinely valuable, and it is also frequently misunderstood in ways that cost buyers money. To qualify as Audi certified, a vehicle must be no more than 5 model years old, have fewer than 60,000 miles, and pass a comprehensive inspection of more than 125 components carried out by Audi-trained technicians. That inspection covers the vehicle's engine, transmission, drivetrain, braking system, steering, suspension, climate control, infotainment, electrical systems, exterior, interior, and a full road test. It is a serious inspection. Components that fail Audi's certification standards must be repaired or replaced before the vehicle qualifies, though cosmetic wear within acceptable tolerance does not disqualify a car from certification. The warranty that comes with a certified vehicle gives 1 year or 20,000 miles of coverage after the original 4-year, 50,000-mile factory warranty expires. There is no deductible for covered repairs under this warranty, and 24-hour roadside assistance is included. If the factory warranty still has time and mileage remaining when you buy the car, that coverage stays active until it expires. Then, the C-P-O warranty picks up from there. Coverage is honored at over 300 Audi dealers across the United States. Now here is the part that matters and that most buyers gloss over. The C-P-O program verifies the vehicle's condition at the time of inspection. It does not tell you how long that vehicle has been sitting on the dealer's lot, how many hands it passed through before arriving, or whether it spent time in a loaner fleet accumulating minor wear that does not show up in the inspection checklist. A 2022 A6 that passed its comprehensive certification inspection is certified for what it is at that moment. What it was doing for the 12 months before you saw it is a separate question, and one worth asking. Request the full service history, run a vehicle history report using the VIN number, and specifically ask the salesperson how long that exact vehicle has been in their inventory. A good dealer will answer that question without hesitation. The C-P-O program also carries a price premium. On average, a certified Audi costs around 6% more than a comparable uncertified used vehicle at the same mileage and condition. In many cases, that premium is worth it for the warranty protection alone. In some cases, particularly if a vehicle has been sitting for months and you are negotiating from strength, you can find that the dealer is motivated enough that the effective premium shrinks considerably. What this means for you when you buy. I have a customer who has bought 3 Audis in the past decade and uses the same approach every time. She does not walk into a dealership as a casual browser. She arrives having already researched specific VIN numbers, identified how long each car has been listed, and compared pricing across regions. She treats it as an intelligence operation before it becomes a negotiation. That approach has consistently produced outcomes well below the initial asking price. Here is the framework I give every Audi owner who comes to me before a purchase, built from 22 years of seeing what the inspection uncovers, what the salesperson omits, and where buyers consistently leave money on the table without realizing it. The first thing is to research days on lot before you step foot in the dealership. Sites like Car Gurus and AutoTrader typically show when a listing was first posted. Cross-reference that with the first posted date versus today's date. A car that has been listed for more than 90 days at the same or similar price has already demonstrated that the market is not moving it at that number. The dealer knows this. You should walk in knowing it too. The second thing is to use the VIN number history report as part of your opening conversation, not an afterthought. Pull the full report before you arrive. Know how many previous owners the car has had, whether it was used as a fleet or rental, and how its service history reads. If the report shows a gap in service records, that is worth discussing openly with the salesperson. If they cannot explain it, that matters. The third thing is that aged inventory and leftover model year cars are your best negotiating opportunity in the market right now. CarEdge reported that in late 2025, tens of thousands of new 2024 models were still sitting unsold on lots, some nearly a full model year past their arrival. On aged inventory like that, analysts were recommending buyers target 15 to 20% below MSRP as an opening position. That is not aggressive. That is mathematically grounded in what the dealer's own carrying cost data tells them. The fourth thing is specific to the Audi A6, which has been cited by multiple industry sources as one of the slower-turning models in the luxury sedan segment, with days of supply figures that have exceeded 200 days in some periods. If you are in the market for a current or recent A6, you are shopping in a segment where dealer inventory pressure is real. Use it. The fifth thing is to separate the C-P-O decision from the price negotiation. Certification adds real value. The comprehensive inspection of more than 125 components, the warranty, the roadside assistance are all genuine. But certified or not, a car that has been sitting for 6 months is still a car that has been sitting for 6 months. Negotiate the price first, then discuss certification as a separate item. Do not let the C-P-O badge be the reason you accept the first number on the window. I had a customer last year who came to me after buying a certified A5 that had been on the lot for 4 months. He paid full asking price because the salesperson emphasized the certification repeatedly, and he felt protected. He was protected. The C-P-O warranty was genuine. But he also left several $1,000s on the table that the dealer would have accepted, because he did not know what I am telling you now. The blueprint I wrote, the 500,000-mile Audi blueprint, covers the mechanical side of what to look for in a used Audi across the platforms I've worked on across 20-plus years. The EA888 generations, the 3.0 supercharged and turbocharged units, Haldex service intervals, and the things that tell me in the first 30 minutes of inspection whether a car has been maintained or abused. If you are buying used, that is the framework I use in person. You can find it linked in the description. The dealer is not your enemy, but they are not your advisor. I want to be direct about something before we close, because I do not want this to come across as an indictment of every Audi dealership. There are excellent dealers with honest, transparent sales operations. I know some of them personally. When a dealer is upfront about how long a car has been on the lot, presents a complete service history without being asked, and walks you through the C-P-O checklist rather than just the badge, that is a dealer worth doing business with. The problem is not that dealers are dishonest. The problem is structural. The floor plan system creates genuine financial pressure that dealers navigate differently. Some dealers respond to that pressure by being transparent and competitive on price. Others use information asymmetry, the fact that most buyers do not know what I just told you, as a margin protection tool. Knowing how the system works does not make you adversarial. It makes you a prepared buyer. And a prepared buyer is the only kind of buyer who consistently comes out of a major vehicle purchase feeling good about what they paid and what they got. Every Audi I've ever recommended to a customer started with the same due diligence: VIN number history, service records, independent inspection, and an honest conversation about how long the car had been sitting. That process has consistently helped buyers avoid expensive surprises and leave the transaction knowing exactly what they paid for. I also wrote the pre-purchase section of the 500,000-mile Audi blueprint specifically for moments like this. It lays out exactly what I look at on a used Audi inspection across all the platforms I've worked on, from the EA888 generation through the current Quattro lineup, including the specific items that tell me in the first 30 minutes whether a car has been maintained or quietly neglected. The link is in the description. Take the time. Do the work. The car will still be there. If you found this useful and want the same level of depth on Audi maintenance and ownership decisions, subscribe. This is what the channel is built on.